At the Salvation Army, we try to provide dynamic, transformative programs to the families who come to us for assistance, whether that assistance be in the form of a warm meal, a roof over their head when they have nowhere else to go, or help in their education. The true transformation really happens, though, when we're able to connect them from one program to another. And an example of that can be seen in Stephanie's story, a single mother of two who came through our shelter and after 60 days left with her own job and her own apartment.
How can I say this? It was a long journey. Yeah.
When Miss Stephanie first entered the facility, she was like a lot of the residents here, hopeless, felt like this was really her last chance at starting her life over again.
Being a member of the advisory board, walking in and out to our meetings and knowing that the shelter was there and seeing the children that are playing in the small playground that's on the alley, as a mother, it just ripped at my heart. When we had our advisory board retreat and we were talking about our initiatives for the coming year and looking strategically at where we want to go, it was recommended that we do some upgrades and some improvements to the Boys and Girls Club, and I wanted to make sure that the shelter kids were not left out of this program.
My son wanted to go every day. He didn't want to miss no days. He just, every day, I want to go to Boys and Girls Club, Boys and Girls Club. My daughter, she loved it. She was a mentor there, actually. Yeah, she was. Yeah. So they loved it. They loved it.
They bought into the Boys and Girls Club. I know the first day Alejandra didn't want to go, and so she was crying in the van and she wouldn't get out. And once she got in there, you know, she was excited to meet some people from school and worked her way up to being a mentor.
They came in on the Salvation Army bus every morning and would spend the day here, and we're just a pleasure to have. Alejandra takes a lot of initiative with things. She's super helpful and will step up and fill in a gap or fill a need if we need an older member to help with something.
As a family, they made a lot of progress. Mom improved her parenting. She improved just her interactions and social skills with other women living in a community setting. She was able to get some other supportive services for herself, and the kids were able to be with other kids. Having a camp experience wasn't something that they had done before, and being able to go to a pool every day wasn't something that they had done before.
I started thinking in the future because I never want to be back, you know, in a situation like this with my kids again. So I just kept it up, and my mind just focused on what I want to do in the future. And now, being there for my kids as much as possible. You don't have to yell at them to get them to do something. And patience is the key. When you're having kids, you have a lot of patience. And I learned that. I really did.
It was great to really see them blossom and develop and do age-appropriate activities rather than just sitting around and being isolated, you know, in a house or here for the summer.
I mean, I think the sky's the limit. I think as far as what we want to do with it, you're exposing kids to things that they might not otherwise have the opportunity to be exposed to. So you might meet your next, you know, Hall of Famer, or you might have your next school teacher or your university, you know, professor that it all started here. And so they were exposed to something that they hadn't otherwise had the opportunity to be exposed to, or may not have had the opportunity. They're safe. You know, they're picking up healthy, good habits. There's snacks, there's food, there's exercise, there's community, there's a sense of, you know, faith that can be brought in, and mentors and people that can lead them. So the whole thing about it takes a village to raise a child. It's evident that, you know, all the programs that we have here can do that, and that hopefully will help with economic, will help with, you know, the physical, and we're filling their soul and their minds and their bodies, and it produces a better quality of life for everybody.
My name is Stephanie. My mother too. I was in Sorry for 60 days. Now I have my own apartment and my own job. Thank you.